Hi guys, it's Kelly with Dharma Dog Training, and this is a treadmill video. Everyone's been asking for this, and it's kind of hard to videotape on my own, so I'm going to do the best that I can. I'm going to show you 3 of my dogs. Each one does the treadmill differently, and each one I had to start differently on the treadmill. And what I mean by that is some took longer than others. So Marco, I'm going to show you. He takes a little more convincing to get on. We're going to start with him. So Marco, come. You can apply leash pressure, and you can start with walking your dog on and off the treadmill. Now with Marco, that's what I had to do. Initially, this is where we started, just walking him on and off. Let's go. Marco, come. Just on and off, right? And getting them comfortable. You can do sits, you can do downs on the treadmill, and just getting them comfortable, okay? That's really the most important thing. You want the least amount of pressure getting them on and off. You can also start with turning the treadmill on and applying the leash pressure gently and releasing to get them started. But all my guys, I'm going to show you how I did it with them, and then you can decide for yourself how you want to do it. So if you've got them trained on a training collar, you can use that to teach them to turn the pressure off when we get started. So really, Marco, up. So initially with Marco, he was very nervous about being on the treadmill. So I had to actually hold him like this. I had to actually brace him because he would lock up. He would just put his legs stiff, and he would drool, and he did all kinds of fun stuff. So I've got a short leash here, if you can see, attached to my treadmill. I'm going to hook it to his collar because that's where he's at right now. Now if I was just starting to train him, I would probably have his training collar on so that he understands pressure release. He would know how to turn that off. So normally the first way I start is by straddling or putting my legs in between. Now if you have an aggressive dog, that's the last thing you want to do when you're trying to train this, because they could turn around and bite you. You need to put a muzzle on them. So you want to straddle them, and you start at the lowest setting you can. Mine is going to be at a 1. There we go. And he's going to go. There we go. Now if he had a training collar, I would be giving him pressure like this and teaching him how to shut off the pressure. And you shut off the pressure by walking forward, right? And initially, again, I had to brace him. I had to like hold him. Keep going, Marco. And this took about a month, and I did about 5 minutes every day for a month, okay? 30 days. And then, you know, the day that I finally got him walking on his own when I could let go, you know, that was a huge victory, right? So you do this for a while so that your dog feels supported, you know, your legs between them. And then you move to moving your legs off the side of the treadmill, right? So you can do that where he feels braced, you know, by one leg as I still have the leash here, right? You can't let go of the leash early on. I can only do that now over some time, right? So keep going, Marco. So now I can let go of the leash. But when I first started, no way could I let go of the leash with this guy. Okay, so I want you to, you know, go at your dog's pace. Some dogs, a lot of dogs will panic on the treadmill. And so this is going very slow. And when you go too slow, I'm going to turn it up to 2. That's a much better pace for him. When he goes at 1 mile an hour, it gets a little confusing, right? So he's going at a much better pace for him, 2 miles an hour, okay? So this is Marco. He's doing very good. All right, so now Diesel's gonna show you how he runs on the treadmill, and Diesel cannot see very well. He has vision issues, so he can see shadows and shapes, but he cannot see very well. So he was actually the least afraid of all my dogs to be on the treadmill, because, you know, the physical sight of it didn't scare him, whereas it can scare a lot of dogs. He just said, the floor is moving, okay, I'll move, right? All right, let's go, Diesel. Stay, Marco. So Diesel was the easiest to get on the treadmill again. So you can start with a training collar. I'm just going to hook him on his regular collar here, and we're going to start. And I did not have to brace Diesel. I did not have to hold on to him. That's going to be way too slow for him if I go at a 1. So 2 miles an hour is really good for him. And I actually have to keep my hand on here so that he doesn't fall off. Because, you know, if you were trying to run on a treadmill and can't see very well, you know, you're gonna hit the edges most likely. So Diesel's good running pace is a 2.5. Marco was on a 2 miles an hour. So that's Diesel. That's a good pace for him. Keep going, D. So, and usually I have a stool right here. Careful, D. I'll just sit down, kick back, and he'll run on the treadmill. So, something like this. So, when it's freezing cold outside, this is what we've been doing. But usually Diesel needs a little guidance again so he doesn't hit the edges. Keep going, D. Oh, he's shaking his head. Diesel. Keep going. There we go. Come on, D. Come on, D. And that's Diesel. So an important aspect too is when you stop your dog on the treadmill, one of the most important things is that you don't let them off in a panic state. So when I stop the treadmill, I'm going to have him sit before I let him off. Now everybody stay. Diesel, sit. Right? So you have your dog sit, be relaxed, right? Then you can unhook them and let them off the treadmill. Okay? Let's go. Alright guys, so the last dog I'm going to show you is Barry, and Barry can naked treadmill, you know, so it didn't start out that way, but Barry's e-collar trained, so you can run without a leash on, huh Bear? Barry, come. Treadmill, come on. Get up there. Good. So I don't actually have to put a leash on Barry, but again, it didn't start out that way. It started out the same way, using leash, guiding him with my body, you know, bracing him if needed at first, and then you know, after his legs got moving, I could let go. But now I can just turn it on. There you go, Bear. I can go up very quickly. 3, good boy, Bear. Keep going, and keep going, Bear. And this is Barry's pace. He goes the fastest. You know, my dogs run for about 20 minutes apiece. So Barry will do this for 20 minutes. They all did. Only the video is not that long. Never leave your dogs unattended on a treadmill. There's horror stories out there of bad things happening to dogs. Never leave them unattended. They can choke themselves. You know, they can die on a treadmill. So don't ever do that. But as you can see, I can walk around, and you can progress to moving around with your dog in the treadmill. Just know your movement initially is going to cause them some stress and panic of being left on there. But over time, Mary's been doing this for, you know, 1.5 years, 2 years now. He's pretty used to it. So when I can just go sit down over here, stay Diesel, you know, and I can move around, he's just fine. Huh, Bear? Doing very good. Barry likes to ride at the end of the treadmill there. So, I think that's it for now. If I have anything else, I'll add it to the video. But this is a great exercise for you to do with your dogs when you're stuck inside this winter. It is unbearably cold out there. If you got your dogs out walking, you want to put Mush's Secret on their paws so they don't get too cold. We had a dog outside tonight, and you know, we were out there for probably 10 minutes. Dog's paws, she was limping coming back inside. So this is a great exercise to do with your dogs this winter. Alright? Stay warm.